Hello community, let's talk about two new LLMs by Perplexity AI. Hello community, now we go here in the live demo, we go to Labs Perplexity AI, and here we have it. So we go here for the latest, the PPLX-7B free trainable parameter with online content. So what we do, I have here a little task. I say, hey, imagine a scenario in the near future where we develop here a network of interconnected space station orbiting Mars. Tell him your task is to outline a conceptual framework, including quantum computing integration, ethical AI decision-making, apply the game theory, use here multi-agent AI system, predict maintenance using machine learning for all components, and conclude by assessing potential challenges and limitations. So this is it. We go here with the latest brand new out today 7B model by Perplexity AI. So let's see what we get back. Okay, nice. Yeah, wow, quite fast. So we have 0.8 seconds to the first token. We have 140 tokens per second, close to 1000 tokens, and it took us 7 seconds. Let's see. Quantum computing integration. Yeah, we have 3 points. Nice. Data processing efficiency, decision-making capabilities, multiple possibilities, quantum-inspired machine learning algorithm, yes. Ethical decision, again, 3 points, nice. Some intro and 3 concrete points. Application of game theory, the same topic, short intro and 3 points, yes. Reinforcement learning by human feedback, or DPO, was really very nicely applied here. We have here consistent argumentation form, a structure. Multi-agent AI system, yes. Communication protocol, distributed computing techniques, decentralized decision-making, and resource allocation. Swarm intelligence concepts, yes, nice. Predictive maintenance using ML, yes. Monitor equipment performance, identify deviation from the normal behavior of the system, forecast equipment failure rates and resource requirements, time series, learning from historical data. Very nice thing. Limitation, again, intro, 3 points, cosmic radiation, yeah, need autonomy in crisis situation, safety and security of the AI system. Really nice, really nice. So this was the 7B online. Let's go to the 70B online, and we insert absolutely the same task. And let's see what Perplexity comes up with now. Oh wow, now we have 5 points. Oh, there are no points at all, no points at all, nothing. Challenges and limitations, 3 points. Okay, a different structure, great. Enhanced decision-making capabilities of AI system, quantum entanglement, superposition, vast amount of astronomical and environmental data from Mars, accelerate here AI learning and adaptation process, nice. Ethical decision-making. Asimov's 3 laws of robotics, okay. Safety of well-being, yeah, ensure AI decisions are transparent and accountable, really nice. Respecting the autonomy and dignity of the crew and researchers, yes, nice. Protect the environment and preserving the integrity of scientific data, really nice. So you see, 70B, yes, some additional important facts added here. Game theory. Prisoner dilemma, we know this. Tragedy of commons, yes, we know this. By modeling the interaction of teams as games, could identify the optimal strategy for a beneficial outcome, okay. Manage different aspects of the space station network, life support, research, emergency response unit, collective decision-making, distributed computing, swarm intelligence, we have our keywords there. Anomaly detection, time series forecasting to predict and prevent system failure. Very nice. These are the important words. Continuously monitoring equipment performance, identify patterns. AI could schedule maintenance and repairs. Nice. Challenges, cosmic radiation, communication delay, autonomy in crisis situation, identical. So I would say the 70B is nice, a little bit more spicy, a little bit more nuances on the scientific terms, but otherwise you see rather similar. And now you might say, okay, let's compare this here to our classical, to the best model I currently use here as a base model. This is the Mistral-7B-instruct. And now I do exactly the same task. And here we go. Now you see the structure is really similar to our PPLX-7B online. Okay. So Mistral-7B, proven to be good model. Quantum computing. 3 points, you know this. Background, integration, and implications of entanglement and superposition, and 3 points. So this looks really like our very first demo. Ethical decision making, Asimov's 3 rules. Yes, ethical guidelines. Hey, nice, yeah. Okay. Application of game theory. Nice game, yeah. Multi-agent system background. Coordination and management across multiple aspects, life support, research modules, emergency response unit, manage all of these aspects. Each agent would be responsible for a specific aspect of the space station network. Agent would communicate with each other using distributed computing and swarm intelligence. Collective decision would be made through consensus algorithms. Nice. Predictive maintenance using machine learning, background, predictive. Great. And then our challenges, again, are 3: cosmic radiation, communication delay, and need for autonomy in crisis situation. So, Mistral-7B, rather similar here to our PPLX-7B model. And as you see, it took us 0.6 seconds to the first token. We had about 120 tokens per second, 1,150 tokens in the answer. And the whole thing took the machine about 9.68 seconds. So here you can go. Great that Perplexity offers here the community this interactive demonstration. And great that they have not only their 4 latest model, the 2 online and the 2 chat functionality models, but we also have here the Grandmaster, the current Grandmaster for the 7B, the Mistral-7B-instruct. In my next video, I will talk about the upcoming Intel competition with neural net chat. So there you have it. Introducing the new PPLX online LLM by Perplexity AI. Now, I do have some test prompts to test for complex reasoning. Here in the green part, you see my first text prompt. And if I put this into GPT-4, you will see this here is the result. So that we have a benchmark from GPT-4 Turbo. Great. Now we put this here into our PPLX. You see, published today, November 29, 2023. And let's see the results. This is here the user interface you have with Perplexity. And as you can see, if you pay up to go for the Pro version, you will be upgraded to Claude 2. So I suppose currently we're running on Claude 1. And you will be upgraded to GPT-4. So I suppose we are currently at the GPT 3.5 Turbo version. And you can then use the Copilot and upload more files. But this is a great starter version here, the free version. You ask anything, you put up your files, and let's go with this one. So I input my green complex reasoning prompt, and this is the result. Now, on the left side, as you can see here on the bottom here, we have my PPLX-7 billion online, and here I have my PPLX-70 billion free trainable parameter online LLM. And for the identical input prompt, these are the results. You see that the 7B produces here 764 tokens, while the 70B produces only 628 tokens, and it takes here 5 seconds and here 12 seconds. But they both start within the first second after you put in the prompt, and they generate 150 tokens per second, and here about 50 tokens per second. So if you want, have a deep dive, convince yourself if you want to go with the 7B or the 70B. I personally think the 7B is nice. And I have here the 7B chat version now. and the 70B chat version. So here we have the online version that goes here on the internet and searches here for online current data. And here we have the question and answer optimized version, the chatty version. Also here, the result here taken today from our Perplexity AI system. Great. Now, we also have here the possibility, as I showed you, to go here with the Mistral-7B-instruct LLM, which is great. And here you see for the identical prompt here, this is the result by Mistral-7B-instruct. So what we have our classical mainstream Mistral-7B, one of the best 7B models. I will come back to the Intel neural chat a little bit later in my next video maybe. And then we have here 4 new models, the 7B chat, the 70B chat, the 7B online and the 70B online, and I showed you the result for all 5 of them. Now I would like to compare 2 specific versions. I would like to compare here the new 70B chat and the Mistral-7B-instruct. I generated both outputs as I showed you, and then I put it into GPT-4 and I asked here for a comparison regarding content, structure, key features, and. And you see the overall answer is the 2 answers are remarkably similar, both in content and structure. There's no significant differences. So, depending now on what here this new PPLX-70B was trained on, we see that Mistral-7B is on equal footing, which is amazing. So I go to Perplexity and ask Perplexity, hey, this pre-trained LLM that is now the new PPLX-70B chat, which model is it based on? Which other 70B LLM from what other company? And it tells me, hey, the new PPLX-70B chat model is based on the LLama2-70B chat model. And now we understand, because LLama2, in my other video, I showed you that Mistral-7B outperforms LLama2-70B in some performance tests. So now we understand where we get here this result, that the 70B chat and this Mistral-7B, that they are almost identical. Of course, performance of LLama2-70B model is compared to Mistral-7B model, and the Mistral-7B is also the base for the new PPLX-7B. So we have a very powerful Mistral-7B that is the base now for the new PPLX-7B by Perplexity AI. And I would say, unfortunately, for their 70B model by Perplexity, they have chosen here the LLama2-70B model and not in a more advanced model trained or then reinforcement learning with DPO. But whatever. You see, this is now the situation. Great. And then I ask, hey, what is the most striking difference between the Mistral-7B LLM and this new LLM by Perplexity, the PPLX-7B online? And Perplexity tells me here, most striking difference is that the online is an online LLM that includes access to information from the internet, allowing it to provide up-to-date information in its response. Great. Mistral-7B does not have access to the information from the internet and is limited to the knowledge it was trained on. Beautiful. You see here the results and you can dive in. It's a very nice thing by Perplexity AI. Go there, experience it yourself, and if you are satisfied, you can go for the Pro version with the Claude 2 and the GPT-4. Beautiful. Now, another test. This time now I take a more theoretical physics-oriented tests. I go here for the merger of 2 neutron stars, and I ask here for the mathematical modeling of gravitational waves, for a computational approach to simulate here the general relativistic effect of space-time continuum, and a discussion here about the nuclear synthesis during here the explosion. And here we have ChatGPT as a benchmark again. And then I did the same. I used the Mistral-7B and the new PPLX-70B that was based on LLama2-70B. And you see, I put it back into ChatGPT for comparison. And ChatGPT tells me, after analyzing both answers by both models, While both answers correctly outline the fundamental aspects of simulating a neutron star merger, answer 2 provides more detailed, more technical, and a comprehensive approach. Answer 2 dives deeper, or Model 2 dives deeper into the specifics of computational techniques, challenges, and the intricacy of modeling such complex astrophysical phenomena. So the new PPLX-70B outperforms here the Mistral-7B model, and GPT-4 tells us answer 1, or Mistral-7B, while accurate in its general description, lacks the depth and the technical detail presented here with the new PPLX-70B model. So interesting. So for scientific things, the 70B outperforms here for this specific task here the classical Mistral-7B, as we expected, because this model is 10 times bigger. Now, here I compare now the result when I run here on the left side the PPLX-70B chat version against the online version. So the model is the same, PPLX-70B, chat versus online, and you see online, interestingly, is shorter. We only have 366 tokens compared to 664 tokens. This took 3 seconds and the chat took 9 seconds. But here we have 71 tokens per second, and here with 111 tokens per second. So interesting to see here if you want to read it to get a better understanding. But there is a difference between the chat and the online model. Great. And just to give you here a comparison, I only use here the chat model of the 7B. And as you can see here, I go with 460 tokens and about 112 tokens per second. So you see now the difference between the 70B chat, the 70B online, and the 7B chat. Great. If I compare here this now with the Mistral-7B, you see that here in theoretical physics or astrophysics, Mistral-7B has some weak points, because I only got here a listing of some headlines of some chapters: intro, mathematical modeling of gravitational waves, simulation of general relativistics, computational, and conclusion. And there's the text missing. I did this 3 times, and 3 times I get here no text here on this theoretical physics exercise. So here we can see that the Mistral-7B is not as performant, because here the new PPLX-7B chat gives us a more readable version. Great. Now you might say, okay, this was some here simple things, then we had a little bit of theory. What about we make a really complicated prompt? We really challenge here the reasoning capabilities. So this is now my third prompt I insert in the system and say, hey, let's talk about an AI ethics committee. And we talk here advanced AI protocols in healthcare. And I give you a lot of different subtopics that I want that are covered. And this is it. And here again, the Mistral-7B-instruct, our classical benchmark. This is Mistral-7B. You see here on a general topic like AI, ethics, healthcare, it produces here 1084 tokens. And it takes about 8 seconds here for this answer. And here we have now the PPLX-7B online, also produces here 782 tokens, takes 6 seconds. So I think really close these systems. Great. And if we go again for the 70B online PPLX, we see we only have here 566 tokens. So the behavior of here the Llama 2 is rather to shorten this and give here answers that are more structured and more list-like. If you want to read this in detail, it is recorded in 4K, so you have the resolution on your screen. Then I wanted to know, if I do the same prompt another time and another time, how big are the deviations here in the result I get back here from Perplexity Labs, the playground. And here you have another identical run with another identical input prompt. And you see we have the same schema. So our reinforcement learning by DPO really is nice, pro, contra. Then here GDPR and AI protocol implementation and conclusion. So they name the same form if you want. But here we have 566 and here we have 541 tokens. So there are some deviation, but not a lot of. But you will get different results, by the way, if you go here in the Perplexity Lab playground. Great. Of course, I had to present you here the 70B Llama 2. And I have to say, I was amazed that the Llama 2 on this topic of AI and ethics and healthcare has a real good performance. So in the training data of Llama 2, there must have been something about ethics, AI, privacy, healthcare, health in general. So as you can see, we have here 1,161 tokens. It took about 24 seconds to generate this with the LLama2-70B chat model. Great. And then I put both answers from the LLama2-70B I just showed you to the new PPLX-70B online model with online data. And I asked GPT-4 to compare the answers. Now that we know that the answers can differ if you run it a second time or a third time. And the overall assessment is both answers provide a comprehensive view of the topic, but answer 1, so this is our LLama2-70B, stands out for its depth, structured reasoning, and integration of scientific literature. It demonstrates a higher level of engagement with the complexity of AI in healthcare, offering a nuanced perspective that considers various facets of the issue. Answer 2, our new PPLX-70B chat, while informative and well-structured, lacks the depth and the detailed scientific context found in answer 1. Also, it provides a good overview, but does not delve as deeply into the nuances of the ethical and practical implications of AI in healthcare. So this was a surprise personally for me that I see that here the Llama 2, old grandfather of the 70B pre-trainable parameter LLMs, has here a better scientific content than the latest today, the release of the PPLX-70B online model, which really surprised me, and I thought I have to show you this detail. Great! This was it for the overview of the brand new and the latest LLM. Have a look yourself, experience it. Perplexity AI gives us here a free playground and a free demo. If you want, you have also an API. But remember, this API, you have to log in with your credit card. And I think today they give you a $5 try amount. So you have some bonus of $5, but then you have your credit card inserted. And then, of course, like in any other ChatGPT version or GPT-4 version, you have to pay for the tokens. This is it for a first overview. I think some interesting insights. Of course, it has been fine-tuned with the latest technology, with the latest data set, but you know all of them. There's nothing now very specific or brand new to them. Just I wanted to show you the performance of some logical reasoning if we compare the 7B to a 70B model. And honestly, I'm amazed that a 7B model is really, really performant, also here in abstract reasoning. This is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit informative. Would be great to see you again.